Mr. President, there are too many states nowadays. Please eliminate 3. I am not a crackpot.
Welcome to the Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of the Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and MC Rawford Mike. How you doing, dude?
Good, man. How you made that up on the fly?
I did, actually. Do you like it? Is that going to be your DJ name, MC Rawford?
That was decent. If it was really on the fly, that was decent.
That's not bad, bro. I got to try and come up with something new. Put a little flair on it.
There you go.
Oh.
That was a good one.
People with flair, like the people that say YOLO. All right. These people that say YOLO are the same people that believe that they're a cat in another life. So which one is it, motherfucker? Were you a cat, or is this your only life?
Yeah, people who say YOLO are not cool, so I don't know why.
They are not fucking cool.
So why'd you start our show off with that?
Because it annoys me, and I like saying annoying shit in the beginning so we could air it out and have some fun. That's why it's usually driving in the beginning, because that's an easy go-to frustration. But what about the people that say no regrets? Like, what are you, fucking Jesus? You better have some regrets.
We don't invoke the name of Jesus on here. Let's leave Jesus out of this.
I'm sorry, man,
no one should have no regrets. Why would you have regrets, Brendan? It's already done.
Listen,
no need to regret it.
I fully believe in being regretful of things that you've done. I don't believe in being embarrassed of anything. I do believe in regretting things that you've done.
I don't.
You don't regret anything ever?
No. They're mistakes or whatever. I mean, you can consider them to be mistakes, but they're lessons learned, man. No regrets. You can't live life with regrets.
You've never hurt anybody and wish you could take it back?
I do, but I understand. I take the lesson in it.
I know you take the lesson in it, but you can still...
And if I hadn't done that, then something else would have happened, man. You believe in the butterfly effect? Because I do. So, no regrets, bro.
I don't know. And, okay. Well, what about living...
better. So if you hurt somebody, don't hurt another person, you see?
I do see that. I do see that. Okay, what about living your best life? I'm living my best life. How the fuck do you know? Maybe you were royalty in another life. And do you really think that working at Starbucks is your best life? Maybe it is, but maybe it isn't.
It's their life, though.
I know. I'm just saying.
Your best life.
I'm saying the people that usually say it don't seem like they are living their best life. They seem like they're making an excuse for being lazy.
In your world, in my world, I believe anybody can say it. I believe you should wake up and say that every day because any life you're living should be your best life.
I'm also a fucking asshole that just likes to rile people up.
Touche.
Speaking of which, do you know axe throwing is still a thing? Like, what the fuck, guys?
It's a new thing here, though. See, you got to realize, man, there's two different worlds. So you got to understand that, Brendan.
Okay, so let me go.
And what's been a thing on the West Coast might not have, it's like just getting to like, we got like throw socials. Like there's a place that you can just go throw axes. Like nothing else.
Yeah.
Axes and alcohol.
You realize you could do that in the backyard for way cheaper?
Backyard where? See, you gotta realize you live in two different places. I live in a city.
I live in a city.
You live outside the city.
I live outside the city still. But okay, and regardless, you could go anywhere and throw axes and drink beer.
But that's not, like, it's just not something that we do here.
I know, but okay. But the realization saying, hey, that's not something we do here. It's a thing. Hey, instead of paying to do that thing, why don't we do it at home? And then we could play whatever music we want. We could watch TV. We could do anything we want.
Axe hanging around, man.
Dude, they're like $20 at Home Depot.
Or you can pay $20 and go make a thing of it.
Yeah, no. You could pay $100 and make a thing of it, and drink $4 beers and blah blah blah. Like, I'm just saying.
We're old now, so we don't want to, but I understand the young people who do.
See, I could see if it was like, if you're taking somebody to like the shooting range for a date, that's actually an awesome date, or like archery, or
So what's the difference?
The difference is I'm not buying a compound fucking bow or doing shooting target practice in my backyard. I can get a hand throwing hatchet and throw it at a piece of wood, no problem. Spray paint all day long. That I can do in my backyard. The shit that I can't do in my backyard is what I go to pay.
Too, though.
What?
I think you just want to pick on Axe Throwing today. I think you woke up and said, yo, I'm picking on Axe Throwing.
No.
Because people shoot. If you go down into these countries, like on my side, North Carolina, they're in their backyard shooting their guns all day, bro.
I know, but... Okay, so if they're in their backyard shooting their guns, why don't they just paint a target and throw their axe at it too?
Because they probably don't own an axe. They just happen to own a gun.
Okay. Well, if those people want to go to the axe throwing place, just go to Home Depot instead. Pick up a 12-pack on the way home. It'll be fun. You could paint somebody you hate on. Paint your neighbor on there. Whack. I don't hate any of my neighbors, but it's just funny.
That you got to deal with that tree. That once it actually falls down, you got to deal with that.
You don't throw it at a tree. You buy a piece of plywood. Just throw it at a piece of plywood. Bro, there's so many ways around it. We definitely spent too much time on axe throwing. I was just didn't realize it was still a thing.
Yeah.
You know what we could spend a ton of time on, though?
There's a new thing here.
What's that? Oh, axe throwing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, but whatever. You know what a new thing is for everybody? Fucking aliens, bro. Are you ready? No? Yes? Maybe? Did the aliens... I know, people can't hear your face, Mike.
My face says it all. They can hear it. It talks. It talks when I make a face like that because it lets the whole world know that we ain't doing no alien talk. It's like dinosaurs and unicorns. It's all. They're all in the same thing.
Okay.
Make believe, sir.
Hang on a second.
They don't exist.
Okay, what about UFOs? I understand that UFOs are just unidentified flying objects. That doesn't necessarily mean they're aliens.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
By you.
What do you
Somebody
think they
know
are?
what that is out there.
Right. And they're about to start releasing all of this top secret shit in like the next couple of weeks. So when this information, video evidence, Mike, when video evidence comes out, which I know you're big on, what are you going to say then?
Video evidence of what? What is going to be video evidence?
Unidentified flying objects going at super speeds that we can't, as humans, comprehend how things are going that fast.
Okay.
It's got to be some sort of magnets or something that's instantaneously powerful.
All right, so then stop yourself and ask yourself this before you get this video. Who got the video? If it's that fast, who got the video?
That fast? This is being released from like video from like 30-something years ago. Now, they could have just generated something. They could have generated something that looks like it's 30 years old. They absolutely could have done that. And they're like, hey, Biden's like, fuck this, man. Everybody's talking shit about the economy. Fucking UFOs. Let's do this.
So, you're telling me that unidentified object, the only one they ever caught on video is 30 years ago.
No, I don't even know exactly what they're releasing. I know that there was something in the early 90s, I want to say, where there were like two F-18 bombers and they were like, what the fuck was that? Did you see that shit? And nobody found it on the radar, but they have video from their cockpit of this thing just like shooting through them. Like right past them. They're like, what the fuck was that? So they're going to release more video on that, even though they already kind of did. And then they're going to release statements and documents and people are going to try and decipher and all this kind of shit. But all this classified shit is going to be declassified finally. So when that happens, are you still going to be skeptical because you don't believe? Or are you going to hold true to your laurels and be like, hey, there's video evidence. I'm on your side.
That's not real video evidence, bro. That's not real video evidence. So let me ask you this.
So what is real video
Technology has gotten better.
Yes.
Right? This is the same thing about people landing on the moon. Because here we're going to go. People are going to hate us. But here we go. I'm going to go down this path.
Yeah.
How has technology gotten better?
Yes.
Yet you have done these things less. You haven't seen a UFO in 30 years. No one be able to catch it because it's so fast. But you got video from 30 years ago, but there's no new video. So the UFO just left and never came back.
Yeah, maybe they're like, look at these pieces of shit ruining this fucking ball. We're out of here.
So they haven't come back in 30 years.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Mike. If we did travel, when we did travel to the moon, landed on the moon, and they're like, oh, there's like these weird Neanderthal things. Actually, knowing humans, we would have fucked with them. But maybe people that are more intelligent than us look at us like Neanderthals and go, man, they still got thousands of years to catch up to us. Fucking don't even bother there. There's already 6 other galaxies I want to go explore. They're like, fuck that place. That's like you go to a bad restaurant and you're like, I'm not ever going back there. You fucking take off. If you have the whole entire universe, we're so egotistical. We think Earth is the best. Fuck off. Maybe we're the worst.
We're the only one that had people. So if they wanted to,
how do you know that? What if the aliens show us that we're just future selves and they're like, dude, we're not even aliens. We've been time traveling, checking on you fuckers. See if you guys are doing okay. 30 years ago, you seem like you're going in the right direction.
This is unicorn talk right here. This is unicorn talk. So I'm gonna let you get your spill. Because listen, sir.
What?
This is the only planet with life.
How do you know that? You're saying there's no organisms anywhere else?
They're probably living organisms. I'm talking about human life. We're the only planet with human life, bro. Let me tell you. Mars might got human life because I think they say they found like water or something. So there might be some human life. You need water, okay? So the other planets can't have water, bro.
Okay, so what if these we call them aliens, these beings don't need water? What if they are self-sufficient, like fucking Matrix status? They just plug in, they get energized, and they're good.
So why haven't they come here yet where their actual people at?
Maybe they checked it out. They did a drive-by and go, fuck that place, man. It's dirty. It's stinky.
To go where? People do drive-bys and say, bump that, to go somewhere else. You have nowhere else to go.
There's a whole universe.
Come here.
If they are beings from another planet and can travel through space and time, you don't think that there's somewhere else they want to check out, even if it's not as cool as Earth? They might go, hey, we'll come back to Earth later. There's a whole other universe out there. Later. No, nobody said they're coming back. They're just releasing the documents on it. But maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to lure in some new money, get some of that alien money, some of that squeege or whatever they call it.
They're going to get some of your alien money because they got you going, buddy.
I don't even know if I believe in them. I'm just excited at the possibility. I'm very agnostic when it comes to everything. Like, I just don't know enough, so I kind of believe a little bit of everything. I'm not putting anything off the table, but I'm not putting my cards on the table either. Let's put it that way.
Which is why we only go to the moon like once every, blue moon. Yet we got all this new technology. They should be able to send somebody to the moon every month, bro.
Did you see, oh gosh.
You can literally call someone and see them on the phone. In live time, real life. That's the type of technology we own. You tell them you can't send somebody to the moon that you did that 30 years ago.
You can, but it's very expensive and it's dangerous.
They just gave out everybody in the world $2,000.
Okay, that helps people continue to survive in the society we've built. There's nothing there. Why would you go there?
Why would you see there's nothing? I thought you said there was a chance of life there. Didn't you just tell me that in 2 minutes ago that there might be life there? So if y'all found water there,
listen, you're trying to turn this shit on me. You're trying to twist my argument against me like my wife. Listen.
What? You just called me your wife.
Hey, we argue like a married couple. So listen. What I was saying is that there could be life out there. I didn't say I wanted to go looking for it. I just said they could be out there.
The United States clearly did. So why'd you stop?
I don't know. I don't work at NASA. I don't work at the Pentagon. I don't work in all these weird secret green room shits that they have.
Questionable. So there's either one or two things. You didn't find no life, but you reported that you found water, which water is the main thing that humans need to live.
I understand that, Mike, but before there were humans on this planet, when the dinosaurs were here, there was water. That's how they survived.
Exactly. So if there's water,
but that doesn't mean there were humans there first.
But why haven't we kept exploring for a human life form or how to make it life?
Because from the pictures that we have, the satellite photos that we have, and from the investigative research that we've done with rovers and all that kind of shit, they have determined that unless they're burrowing people there, which there could be, center of the moon people, unless that's the case, they don't feel like it's worth exploring in depth. They would rather try and go to Mars, which they did. They would try and rather go to other explorative fucking missions and all that kind of shit.
They just sent another, like someone's out on the moon right now, I think.
Good for them. So you're talking shit that we never sent anybody to the moon. There's somebody on the moon right now.
Yeah, for the first time again in like 25 years. With all the technology, it should be somewhere there at least every 2 years, bro. Like, they should be sending people to the moon like rapid fire.
No. I don't believe that. That's why they have rovers and shit. So you don't have to be there.
Man, ain't no damn rovers. What a picture from these rovers.
Dude, did you see the picture of the rover on, I think it was Mars. A Mars rover like 2 or 3 years ago where it, quote unquote, randomly drew a dick and balls that's like 100 yards long on Mars. Somebody got in there and just fucking was like, nobody's gonna ever look at this. And then they get a satellite photo of this dick. It's hilarious, dude. So the Mars rover's working hard for us.
Working hard. Yeah.
Hardly working. All right, Mr. fucking Alien Man. I'll let that go. But hey, if there's some shit that comes out, I'm going to bring it to the table and we're going to hash this out.
We are, but there's no shit going to come out, so you ain't got to worry about that, sir.
All right. Well, agree to disagree. So, NBA playoffs are very real. Finally, we got the Lakers and Clippers playing the other night. That was great. Finally, some decent basketball.
It's great for you. I'm in bed at that time, sir.
Correct. But I'm just saying it's good for the NBA playoffs because up until those two games, it kind of just seemed like, what the fuck? Like there weren't very exciting games. It doesn't seem like most of them were kind of blowouts and like, why the fuck are we even doing this? You know, so
But the Clippers aren't playing great ball. They're down 0-2.
Correct. And here's what I wanted to ask you about that, because I forget if it was last week or the week before you were saying, like, you hope that either the Clippers or Lakers, like, lose just so that this play-in thing, it's like, okay, it doesn't just, you can't just do it however you want, LeBron. Like, somebody, like, you can lose whatever. But in thinking about that, wouldn't it be better if exactly how everybody thought it was going to played out, and then we could go, that was fucking boring. Can we please refix it or put it back to normal or do something, like make another adjustment? Because if it goes the other way, but if it goes the other way and it's exciting this one time and then they stick with it and it sucks, then we're stuck with it for 5 or 6 years.
I like it though. It's more basketball. I mean, how can it suck? It's just extra game or something.
You were the one complaining about it.
I wasn't really complaining about it. LeBron was complaining about it. I was just saying what LeBron said.
So you like the playing system?
Yes, more basketball. I'm a fan of more playoff teams in the NFL. Give me more sports any day of the week. More, Brendan.
Yeah, but if you're saturating it and the product is weak, then it's not worth watching.
It's never considered to be saturated to me. More. Just give me more.
Dude, when star players are sitting down with 5 minutes left in the game and going, fuck this, dude, I'm taking off my fucking uniform, like, I ain't got to do this shit anymore. There's 5 minutes left in the game. Like, those are not exciting, fun games to watch because nobody's trying. Everybody's half-assing.
For a casual fan, no. But for me, who's probably got a bet on the line or somebody that he
I love wagering. I love gambling. But I also, the win or the loss, I feel it. Yes, but I don't necessarily have to watch it to know whether I won or lost. I prefer to. It makes it more exciting. But if it's such a boring game that I can't even stand watching it with money on the line, I go, fuck it, I'll check the score later. Like, I don't like that kind of basketball.
Well, also, you got something to care about. Like, you're in LA, so you're a Lakers fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Bulls fan, bro. We ain't been shitting 5 years. I don't really watch it to see the Bulls win. So,
more to my point, competitive basketball would be better than this fucking dog shit.
But this makes it more competitive in the regular season. Like, you have to play these games. You have to go because your ass can end up in no spot.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know.
And then the
I don't
people
like
that
it.
you're playing against are not sitting people again because they're actually trying to make a spot now because it's all the way to 10. So everyone's playing their guys through the end of the season. It makes it a little bit more exciting. The regular season is worth a little bit more. They did cut down 12 games, so 10 games, 8 games, however many games they got rid of.
Well, whatever it is, I don't like it still. I just think that there's a better product to be had, and the NBA is a fucking solid product, man. But anyway, moving on to the biggest titan, the NFL. What the fuck's going on with Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know, man. I don't like these type of trade demand people. So it just bothers me.
I heard an interesting take, which was that the Packers are in a position to where they're like, listen, Aaron, if you fuck with us a little too much, we could fuck with you too. So, like, they do have the option if they really wanted to get at him hard, like, okay, we're gonna keep you, we're not gonna trade you. And
then he retires and owes them $30 million, but he has $30 million, so it's not
right. But then he also retires as a Packer, and then he can never play for another team that's gonna come bite him in the ass. Because even if he gets traded to Denver, let's say, and then he's a free agent, let's say he goes to fucking, somebody in the Packers division.
He only has to retire for 2 years, though, the length of the contract. Then he can come back. So do
you think he would, though?
I mean, it depends on how.
The only way he would come back, I think, after 2 years is if something went down Chicago, doesn't work out, but they have a good squad, and he's like, fuck it, I'll go to Chicago, motherfucker.
Well, there's 3 teams in that division.
Well, I know, but Chicago would be the absolute biggest fuck you.
Oh, I don't know. Minnesota would kind of be that.
Yeah, but Favre already did that, so that's kind of like, Aaron's not going to do that,
went
too.
To the Lions. The size team of the division came back and smacked them for the chance.
That would be fucking hysterical. Bring the Lions. Like, dude, that would elevate him to being like fucking, I don't know, man. He's up there in the conversation.
For all-time greats, but in Packers lore, his fucking number would never even go into their Hall of Fame.
And he would be instantly in the Detroit Lions Hall of Fame. He'd be the fucking mayor of Detroit.
They tell his ass, man, he's forever eating for free in Detroit. But
we promise we won't shoot
I don't know,
you.
Man. $30 million, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. Somebody was bitching about him, like, yeah, he didn't even show up to the, we had to give up the $500,000, which I know he has a lot of money, but $500,000 is nothing to sneeze at. Like, yeah, but you have to understand, it's $500,000 versus his pride. Pride wins every day with that man.
With that man, definitely. And $500,000 ain't shit to Aaron Rodgers.
Correct.
That's what me and you would consider probably $5.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Which $5 is very handy to have. But if you don't have $5, you can still get around.
There you go. You probably ain't gonna miss the $5. But it is nice to have the $5.
Yeah, you never know if you're gonna.
I don't sneeze at no money. With that being said, if you don't have it, you probably won't miss it. This is the situation with him and that $500,000.
Yeah,
he knew he wasn't going to have it, so he's not going to miss it.
What about Julio Jones? Speaking of trade request, fuckers.
I so wish we had made the move with Gallup already. Because if we had already made that move, we'd be in the Julio sweepstakes. But he knows we're not in the sweepstakes. We have 3 borderline Pro Bowl receivers. He can't. There's nowhere for him to play.
Well, there's always room for somebody like Julio Jones to play.
Yeah, but what would you do? Like, you would have to get rid of Gallup first. Like, you'd have to make that move first. So unless they want to trade for Gallup, like, you want Gallup?
Well, that's the thing, is if they need a receiver, just trade him straight up. Fuck it. But are you willing to give him up?
We'd give up Gallup in a heartbeat for Julio.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, because Gallup's going to be in the $17 million market after this season anyway.
But listen, dude, here's the thing. Julio Jones, they're asking for like a first rounder. So they'll probably end up getting a second or like a third and a fourth or something like that. And
I mean, the Cowboys, the pick shouldn't matter if you want to add Julio to Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. You're thinking Super Bowl anyway, so it'll be basically a second-round pick.
Right. So, but that's what I'm saying. And then you take on as much of the salary as you want to. Basically, the worse draft pick you give, the more money you have to take on. So you give them a better draft pick, maybe you only have to give them, $4 million. And they eat 9 or whatever it's supposed to be. Like
I wish he could be on our team. Well, he's probably gonna end up somewhere like Washington. I'm gonna hate it.
Oh yeah, that would be. What if he ended up on the Eagles?
I would hate that too.
Yeah, that would be tough.
I don't want to see him in my division if he's not a Cowboy.
Nobody does. I don't know. That's a weird one to me. So I did see that your boy, and my boy for that matter, Jalen Smith, the middle linebacker for the Cowboys, paid 6 figures to get his number 9, his college number from Notre Dame, baby.
It's gonna look weird. I don't care what number you wear. You better be able to tackle this season because we drafted 2 linebackers, buddy. So you on the hot seat.
Yeah. Well, hey, if anybody could do
way too much money.
Well, I mean, they got a lot of faith in him. So
they do because they paid him, and he had a great season. But for some reason, last year, him or Van Der Esch couldn't cover a tight end to save their lives.
Well, that's the thing.
They got cocky.
They got exposed because what they're great at kind of zone reading and knowing when it's going to be a run and stuff in that run. They're fucking great at it. Well, the first year they played decent in tight end coverage. We were pretty good in coverage. But for year 2, I don't know, man. But it also was a new defense. So hopefully, and which is this year is going to be another new defense, but we're back to 4-3. So they'll get back to and Micah Parsons is probably going to play the middle. Well, I hope that's good for you.
I mean, I want him to play the weak side, honestly, because he can blitz, but he'll probably end up playing the middle because Van Der Esch can't stay healthy.
Yeah, that one's a tough one. It's like he had his breakout season, then it's like, all right, see you later.
But they had to realize that, the year before he got drafted, he only played 7-on-7 ball. He didn't play that season in Boise. He's had that neck issue for forever, and they drafted him 17. He had a good season. I'm not mad. Get your millions. Make it the whole force. You can get your pension. I'm not mad at you, man. I want y'all to be successful. Then move out the way because you can't stay healthy. And we drafted Jabril Cox in the 6th round, and he's going to play.
I know. You're all excited about that guy. That's your boy.
That's my boy.
All right. So I had a question for you, Triple Solo Cup.
4.
Oh. Quad solo seems weird.
It's not. It's nothing but Kool-Aid, man. Don't worry.
So, all right. So I was thinking, recently there have been guys that that get traded or free agents, and you're like, fuck, man. Especially nowadays, people don't stay with the same franchise for a long time. So, my first devastation of somebody leaving a favorite team of mine was Joe Montana and Ricky Waters for the 49ers. I was like, what do you mean? They're going to, they don't love this team so much, they would stay no matter what, And it's they didn't have the option, really. They had to go. They got pushed out. And it's why would you do that? Or when Wayne Gretzky went to fucking the New York Rangers after the Kings. It's ugh. Do you remember your first heartbreak of somebody leaving the Cowboys or the Bulls or the Jordan?
Well, I had to live through the Pujols breakup, so Jordan retiring the first time. I was still fairly young. I was about 8 or 9 the first time, but then to live through the being forced out after the second three-peat, that's bull. Jerry Carson, I still hate you for that. And then Emmitt going and play for the Cardinals, that hurt. Emmitt. Listen, Emmitt, you probably never hear this, but if you do, should have just retired, man. Got the record in Dallas. We kept you on long enough. You should have just retired. You didn't need to play those last few years, bro. I know you wanted to push your record out some more to try to secure it. I get it. Sorry for my soliloquy to Emmitt Smith, but I have to say this.
It's okay.
Off my chest.
Hey, it's the Albert Pujols of the NFL. You should have fucking cut it, bro. You still did okay, but you didn't do great. Albert Pujols is fucking back on steroids. Who gives a shit?
He's raking in LA. He's raking, buddy.
Good. He should. It's your fucking job. I'm not patting you on the back for doing your fucking job finally. If you've been doing something for this long, you better be able to step in 1 out of 3 at bats and hit the fucking ball. That's your goddamn job.
What's your thing with Pujols, man?
I don't know. It's just I've just got something for him. It's because I used to love him so much, and I'm so mad at him for just like not going out the way I wished he would. Which is unfair to him, but guess what? You're a fucking sports entertainer. That's the kind of shit you get.
What if he wins the MLB World Series MVP? Can you go out any better than that?
No, that would be amazing. I would love it for him. It doesn't change the fact that I still think he should have retired 8 years ago. And by the way, every time we talk about it, I add a year to when he should have retired. Because it gets me more mad.
If someone agreed to pay you $30 million a year, who cares what you think? Or would you have retired?
Depends on... if I was Albert Pujols, yes, I would have, because I would have gone directly into coaching. I would have done the player-coach thing. Player-manager. I absolutely would have done that.
And your wife should smack fire out your face. The moment you come home and tell her that you're going to retire...
everything. Deservedly so.
I'm talking about for that, you would deserve to be smacked.
No, because I'd also go, hey, look at the other $450 million in the bank. I don't need it.
What does that matter?
It does matter.
What does that have to do?
It does matter. When is enough, Mike?
It's not about being enough. If someone decides they're going to give me free money, who am I to tell them no? Who am I to tell you no? Huh?
It's just, it doesn't seem right.
Why is it not right?
Because it's not the way I want it. So it's not correct.
Do you understand the MLB? Do you understand the MLB process of them coming up through the farm system in that first about 5 years that they're getting so underpaid that someone should break that? I don't even know what to call that. But the MLB rules are just ludicrous. You know, Judge doesn't even make $1 million. He's probably the most popular person in the MLB.
Hey. You know how you talk about your toilet paper contracts in the NFL? That's one of those things in the MLB. They do it the other way. Once you get there, you're fucking guaranteed. We take care of you. But you gotta be consistent. You gotta prove that you're supposed to be here. And since baseball is not a contact sport like the NFL, yes, there are injuries. Granted, that always is gonna happen. That happens in my house.
What about the people who experience the yips right before they get their big deal? Like, that's bullshit. He didn't put in 5 years of work. He happens to have one bad situation happen, gets the yips, and now he can't pitch word for Yicky no more, and he done lost his... Pryor never got his big day. He has one of the most strikeouts ever. He never saw his big day, bro. Never saw a big payday.
He did have a fantastic fantasy baseball season in like 2007 or 6 or something like that, dude. I think he helped me win the title.
Matter of fact, anybody who gets overpaid by Major League Baseball, I don't even care. They deserve it because Major League Baseball gets over on these young players so much. You know, it was 5 years in before Mookie started making double-digit millions.
Yes.
He had already had a World Series ring and an MVP.
Do I think that there should be a probational period for their first contracts, or you can't make this much money? No, absolutely not. I think that if a team franchise is willing to sign a Bryce Harper in the beginning so they don't have to deal with his fucking, second contract bullshit, I'm absolutely for it. If you want to bank on somebody like that, because you are shut down on that contract, dude, you either got to figure out how to trade him later or sit there and deal with it, and your franchise is going to suck if this dude doesn't come through. So I'm fine with putting it all on the franchise. I'm fine with taking the probationary period of paying these players off, the MLB. But on the flip side, you got these NFL contracts where they write them, tear them up, write them, tear them up, write them, tear them up. Which one is more fucking annoying?
Well, see, the NFL people are getting a little bit smarter because it's going to be hard for the people who are not as good. But if you're good, you can get a lot of that guaranteed now, like the quarterbacks, like with the Kirk Cousins deal and people like that. Like, now, I mean, hey, look. NFL, no, but that's not enough for the NFL. You're only as good as your health. Like, that's the NFL for you. Like, I think somebody from the Broncos got sued for his money because he got hurt playing basketball in the offseason. Started left tackle. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah.
You got to go. Like, they make business decisions this quickly in the NFL. That shit don't mean nothing. Ain't nothing personal, bro. We got a salary cap. We need to stay under it, and we're going to have to hire somebody to play that position. So you know what? We got a clause that say we can take our money back from you. Give it up. No hard feelings. It's business. But next year when you're healthy, we're going to try to re-sign you. Don't worry about it. Just come on. Like this is bull. Like that's like yo. That's just like, and that's just how it goes, bro. Like we're just gonna take $20 million out your pocket because you wanted to play basketball with your son in the off season. No problem. Daddy, sometime better play. You better be finding something else to do. Like that is, bro. That is so cutthroat. Like it is so cutthroat.
You better have a good agent that reviews your fucking contracts.
Hey, yo, he knew. He wanted. He thought he was. I mean, you don't expect to tear your ACL plate or your hoop in your backyard. What the, bro?
You don't ever expect to get caught by the cops when you're speeding. You do it anyway.
You don't.
Sometimes you get caught. I'm just saying.
You do.
You take that risk. It seems like a silly one that you're like, I can play basketball with my kid, but you're a professional athlete. You got to think about your job. If I'm a driver for FedEx, I'm probably not going to speed my regular car because if I get a couple of tickets, they're going to fire me. Just saying. He made that decision.
Still bullshit.
Go play basketball in the pool. Soft. You can still play basketball. Got 20 million, you probably got a pool. Just saying.
Don't worry. They're going to be their ass in the long run. Yeah. They're going to piss a whole bunch of people off and think they handle business shitty.
So, okay. So these players that get injured, do you think that all of them, like if they get injured in the beginning of the season or like preseason, whatever, do they just immediately go on steroids until they get better? And then they're like, dude, I got a torn fucking ACL. I'm going to be out for this long. If I need to cycle out, like I got plenty of time before I know when they're going to test me because I'm just on the shelf right now. Why would you not do steroids?
Do you believe everyone does steroids?
I believe everybody is trying to figure out a way to do steroids. And that's a pretty good one. And also, if you are doing steroids, can you inject them in your belly button so there's no tracks? You'd be like, I don't know how that shit got in here. Look, I only have this little tiny hole from my mom.
That should probably hurt like hell to inject your belly button, though.
I just don't know that it would go anywhere. It would just end up in like the amoeba water of your stomach, like it would just go. I don't know if it would do any. Like you can't shoot heroin into your belly button.
It wouldn't actually hit your bloodstream, though, right?
Correct.
You think?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying. Maybe I found a loophole.
About the belly button.
Albert Pujols. Hey, check Albert Pujols' belly button, people. Look for tracks, steroid tracks. Oh, whatever. I wish I was doing fucking steroids, Mike, because this 30 days of pain is almost over, baby. It's actually been hard and fun. Like my nickname in high school. But...
Whoa.
What?
That was your nickname in high school?
Hard and fun?
Hell of a year, bro.
I had a lot of nicknames. I forgot to mention that one last week. Oh, shit. But yeah, we're almost done. I'm fucking excited. And it's been intense, but it's been fun. I wanted to do something that was going to challenge me on every level. So it's not just physical, it's even more than being mental. It's time management. It's trying to figure out how to do it with interacting with my family and getting all my other shit done. Like it pretty much put all the stress I could have without working on my life. And I wanted to see how I dealt with it. So I'm actually pretty happy with the results. There's, been some bumps along the way. I'm a little sore every day, but for the most part, I'm just happy that it's almost over and that I'm coming through with a smile on my face. So might be a recurring thing. I don't know, about maybe once a year or something like that. Maybe every May. We'll see how I feel next year about it. But maybe we should do, instead of 30 days of pain, we should do 30 days of lame for June and just be lazy, eat garbage, and see how obese we could get in a month. Do the opposite.
I'm down.
Are you? It's a fucking commitment, though. Are you willing to eat 3 gallons of ice cream a day?
I can't eat ice cream.
You can eat non-dairy ice cream.
They don't sell that really often around my area.
You were telling me that you eat it? Fine. Are you willing to eat barbecue
but I am
for every meal all day?
barbecue's not even that fat. But for the summertime, yes, I would.
Okay.
And I'm on my way.
What
when
is
I get,
a gross food that you love to eat, but you don't do it because it's bad for you?
There's no food I don't.
I know, but you don't do it as often as you normally would.
What food is that? Do you know me? Like what food I don't eat? I don't.
No, on a regular basis.
Tailored to anything. I eat anything I want on a regular basis, brother.
What is okay? I know that. What's something that you like that you don't eat a lot of, maybe because it's expensive?
I don't eat a lot of steak because I don't know, a lot of red meat
steak's
just
not
gets
that good.
yeah, it's just you know what I'm saying, it gets boring.
What about mac and cheese? Do you like mac and cheese? The powder cheese. It's not real cheese.
Can't have that either, bro.
You can't have the fake cheese?
No, I've never had a taste of mac and cheese in my entire life ever.
What are we gonna do? Mike.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna rock.
Well, then how are you gonna get fucking obese with me?
The same way I've gotten obese now. I think
You're
I weigh more than you right now, bro.
But how are you gonna pack on? How are you gonna pack on like 50 pounds in a month?
I don't know. I'm too active to pack on 50 pounds.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a good. We'll have to revisit that. Maybe 30 Days of Lame isn't a good idea. But I have been watching The Matrix a lot when I've been working out, and it's made me think, because that's a movie that I don't have to listen to. I could crank up my music to work out to in the background and just have The Matrix on because I know the four lines of dialogue.
Sports the night before and put the sports on, and you can watch sports with no sound. Anybody can do that.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too. But the fight scenes and shit kind of help keep the energy up. So, but I was thinking about it. Is Keanu Reeves like the new world's Tom Hanks? Like, is he going to take on that role of like when Tom Hanks exits? Like, he's the consistent actor that's been in our lives this whole time and is going to be getting this Lifetime Achievement Award on the Oscars or some shit in like 15 years?
I don't know.
Because, dude, he's been acting like, I mean, when did Bill and Ted come out? 89?
McConaughey's been acting a while too, though.
Yeah, but he's not as beloved as Keanu. Keanu was like, went through this whole phase where it was like everybody kind of dogged him for a decade. And then it was like The Matrix came out. It was like, yeah, but that was awesome. But he still did all this goofy. And then it was like, finally, when John Wick came out, everybody's like, you know what? Fuck it. Keanu's the best.
Keanu.
I'm wondering if he's going to be the new guy to take over. And he's like a sweetheart of a guy, too. Most people don't know that. Very nice, stops and talks to people, very charitable.
Excuse me.
Very lovely man, from all accounts that I read or hear about. All right, Mike. Well, I got a new game for us. We're not fighting anymore. So
I like to fight.
God damn it. That was the third time. I'm sorry for that. We're going to do the Ensemble Unscramble. Name TBD. Or whatever that means. To be determined if that's the name later. Anyway, here's how it's going to work. I've got a movie in mind. I'm going to start listing off actors and actresses, one by one, and you got to guess the movie. Easy enough, right?
No, because I've probably not seen any movie that you've seen. Our movie selection, like I can go probably 2 weeks of this, and you probably won't have a fucking clue.
All right. Well, let's see. Well, let's give it a run through and see what happens. All right. So the first one, actor number 1, Kelsey Grammer. Number 2,
I know who that is.
William H. Macy.
No clue who that is.
Shameless. He's been in recently.
Okay.
He's a dad in
The
Shameless.
old dude?
Yep.
Okay.
Bruce Dern, who's an old man. He was in Nebraska, that movie with Will Forte that was shot in black and white. He's also the old man in
No Country for Old Men.
In The Burbs. You ever see The Burbs with Tom Hanks? No. They should remake it with Keanu Reeves. Rip Torn, you probably don't. You would recognize him, but you don't know. Lauren Holly is the female lead. She was the female lead in Dumb and Dumber.
Yep, never seen that.
You've never seen Dumb and Dumber?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Maybe once.
Okay, I know what we're doing next time I see you. Rob Schneider was in this one. You know who Rob Schneider is?
Yep.
Yes, you do. Okay. Harlan Williams.
No clue who that is.
All right. For everybody playing along, Down Periscope.
Exactly. Told you. Never seen it.
Most people haven't seen it. And I don't know why, because it's a fucking fantastic movie. It's like McHale's Navy.
The person who guesses the most of these should be amazing. Because we don't watch anything alike. We're friends. Everybody.
Okay, let me. All right, this next one, instead of making it difficult, I'll try and make it easier. Let's see if you get this one. Morgan Freeman. You know who he is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Christian Slater. You know who he is?
I think so.
People used to tell me I look like him. He was in Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow with John Travolta. He was in Untamed Heart. Fantastic movie.
Snakes on a Plane.
No. Betty White is in this movie. If you don't get it after the first two, you're not going to get it. This is a hard one. Hard Rain. Did you ever see that? Oh, man. It was awful. It's some stupid thing Christian Slater and Morgan Freeman are going at it to the point where it's like, it's almost like Judgment Night, if I recall, where they're chasing Christian Slater, but it's during a flood, so they're like shooting at each other, riding Sea-Doos down the street at these flooded houses. It's ridiculous, bro. It's the best.
Yeah.
All right. What about this one? Kate Bosworth. She was.
I don't know who that is.
She was in Tad Hamilton. Hayden Panettiere. The girl from
I know
Heroes.
who that is. No, that's the girl from Remember the Titans, brother. Make sure you put some respect on her name.
Ryan Hurst. He was from
clue.
Sons of Anarchy. He played Opie on Sons of Anarchy.
Don't know who Sons of Anarchy is. Never seen that either.
Donald Faison.
I know who that is.
Okay. Nicole Ari Parker. She was in Empire.
I know who that is.
Okay.
Okay, hold up. I know three of these people. I don't know this movie.
Wood Harris, also in Empire.
I know who that. Why you named that they're in these? Wood Harris. He was in Remember the Titans too, and he was on The Wire. Okay.
Okay. What about Ethan Suplee? He was in American History X. He was the big fat guy in American History X.
Oh, I just didn't know his name. I've seen American History X. Okay, so what movie is this? It sounds like a decent cast.
It's Remember the Titans. You said it like 4 fucking times. You just never guessed it. That was perfect. I fucking love you, Mike.
When somebody watches that, they're gonna laugh.
That worked out exactly how I thought it was going to. Excellent work, Mike. See, I do know you. Well, I have not been watching all that shit. We're gonna definitely have to revisit that, but I'll come up with some decent movies. Or you could do it to me. Easy. Don't clip that out. I have still been watching.
Whoa.
So I've still been watching Startup, that crypto show.
I started it.
Do you like it?
I'm only through the first episode, and there's 3 sex scenes in the first episode, bro. Like, come on. Like, really? Like, this is what we doing?
Why do you think I started watching it? I'm just kidding. That was just an added bonus, actually. I was like, because at first I was like, oh, okay, I can watch this and like do the rowing machine or some shit while, you know, the older kids in the other room. And then I got like 10 minutes and I'm like, oh, I can't watch this. All right. Turn that off. But hey, based on our recommendation from last week, it's in Netflix top 10 this week. So congratulations. You're welcome.
Say thank you, Netflix.
And Startup for that matter. But yeah, I'm excited to keep watching it. It's very intriguing, and I like the characters. It seems like they're going to do a good job of navigating them and cross storytelling and all that kind of shit. So I'm very interested. Keeping it going.
Oh, I'm ready to get into it. So yeah.
Listening to anything new or just same old shit?
I'm not listening to anything new. No, a couple new CDs. T Grizzly dropped a new CD this week, so listen to that. Man, I listen to the same type of music. No new R&B music or anything.
What's T Grizzly about?
He's a Detroit rapper. It's a little bit different as far as how he flows on the track now. talking about his life pretty much all the time.
All right.
So you might not want to hear it, but you might like the beats and stuff. It's a little bit different.
All right, I'll check it out. Yeah, I did check. I forget I had it written down. Your mumble rap guy. Yep, not my style. You're right.
Dude, not a lot of people style. Not a lot of people listen to mumble rap, man.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to understand what they're saying. Well, this week the Spotify playlist to finish out 30 Days of Pain is going to be Ice Cube and the White Stripes. Two of my favorites.
Never heard of the White Stripes. Maybe I'll check you out this week.
Jack White, also the Raconteurs. Jack White.
Even though I don't work out.
It's good. It's good. You might actually like the White Stripes. If I was gonna recommend like a band to you that you might like, that's kind of a little different, the White Stripes would be it. So yeah, check it out.
Definitely will, man.
Have you ever replaced the little covers on your ear pods? Like, you know, like when you buy them, they
today.
Really?
But I don't have AirPods. I have.
Well, I mean, whatever you stick in your ear. Have you ever replaced the covers on them today?
Yeah, this one because it ripped.
Okay, but do you do it as a normal maintenance thing or only as a I have to?
No. Yeah,
okay.
No. Just clean the one I
Has anybody ever
different
swapped
sizes though, so it'll change your comfortability. So if you change it because they're different sizes, it'll change how comfortable you are. If you're comfortable with the ones you have.
Gotcha. Would you ever, like, if you just had complete fuck you money, would you ever like pay somebody to do shit like that? Like once a month replace the fucking tips on my ear hole music machine?
No. If I wanted to just give someone money, I'd tell them like come up with a business and I'll just throw you money to start it. Like,
no, I know. But I'm saying like on a micro level, like what would you outsource if you were just so incredibly rich that you're like, I don't need to do that anymore? Like, are you going to load your own dishwasher? No.
No, I mean,
because you're going to have a full maid service and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I'm saying down to the micro, like, are you going to have somebody brush your teeth for you?
No.
No.
That's too much.
But would you have somebody make sure that all of your devices are charged at all times? Would you just pay somebody just to do that? No?
No.
What would you pay people to do that you do yourself now?
At the ministry,
like at the most petty level.
I mean,
like J-Lo style. J-Lo style, like fucking hold my straw, bitch.
No, I wouldn't want. That's just too weird. That's too invasive, man.
Would you have somebody on hand that anytime you wanted cereal, they would just go grab whatever cereal you wanted because you had a cereal room in your house?
Don't eat cereal, man.
You eat cereal all the time.
I don't eat like bowl cereal.
I know. I'm saying you're just chilling, watching something. You go, man, I don't want to walk 700 yards to my cereal room. Hey, I just push this Fruit Loops button, and then somebody brings you Fruit Loops. Or would you go get your Fruit Loops?
Yes. I wouldn't pay.
You are a liar.
Stinky rich. I can be stinky rich. I wouldn't pay for stuff. Like, that's why people waste money, bro. Like, I wouldn't pay for stuff
This is fuck you money.
I would pay for a personal joint roller. I would have someone who always rolled for me. That's it, though. But that's at the lowest. Of
oh, yeah, everything. Dude. Smuggle in a Cuban person and just have them all day. Maybe get a child. Those little fingers, roll it nice and tight.
Whoa. No children.
Why? You're going to give them a better life. It's not like slave labor. You're paying this person now. They're living in a mansion. They are getting all of the services.
Kid. They're still a child, bro.
Fucking adopt them then. I don't care. Have it be their
job.
Hey, that's their chores. You want your allowance? Fucking roll me up, bro. That's all it is. I don't know.
You're too funny.
I don't know how. I would for sure, like, I would absolutely make sure that somebody was in charge of having all my devices charged at all times. That's probably how, like, I would want somebody to do that for me, because there's nothing, like, anything that you get frustrated about that you're like, fuck, God, I forgot to do that. I would just start paying people to do that. So I wouldn't, like, I don't need my memory anymore for tasks. That would be awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that. I don't even want that many people in my space, bro.
Yeah, well, when you're rich, it's a big house. Lots of places for people to go.
Yeah, but if you want somebody to do all that stuff for you, it means there's just more people coming to you all day. No, I'm good.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll throw you a knowledge drop. But hey, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Black Irish Pod, at Black Irish 213, and at Brendallis7. We're having a ton of fun, putting out a lot of content, and we're just going to keep going. So your knowledge drop of the week is, if you're not sure how quick you're pooping out your meals, put hot sauce on every third meal so you can track it. Have a great week.
And I won't follow that.
Love y'all.